happy day, I'm Gloom! And I just wanted to say before I start the video that if you don't like tattoos, if you don't respect what I did with my body, then honestly, I kind of get it. Actually, I completely get it. For a lot of my life, I really agreed with the whole don't put a bumper sticker on a Ferrari argument. That's not to say that I think I'm a Ferrari or that the human body is a Ferrari, but the human body is like a working biological machine, the integrity of which should be left alone. Never mind that I dye my hair and fix my teeth. Good thing I fixed the old teeth, huh? Why would you put ink on it? It seems like something you'd regret. It seems like something that you're never mature enough to truly decide that you want it forever. Does anyone ever like anything forever? No! Don't get a tattoo! Oh wait, I did. No! I also really respected the argument that it's almost more unique if you don't have a tattoo. 4 out of 10 millennials have tattoos. That's like a lot. That's almost 50%. Do you think that having a tattoo makes you unique? Well, it doesn't. In fact, it makes you a loser. Okay, I'm just kidding. I had a lot of negative emotions towards tattoos for a very long time. And in fact, I've talked a lot of friends out of getting tattoos. The most recent friend I talked out of it though, she was gonna get a matching tattoo with her boyfriend and I was like, please do not. So I think that I think I get a pass on that one. I've always thought the entire process was just like, I want SpongeBob because I grew up with SpongeBob and like just put SpongeBob on my arm. And then they put SpongeBob on you and there's no like collaboration between you and the artist. And that really changed after I saw my brother get a tattoo. And when he got his tattoo, it was very artistic. And it was very collaborative, and it really opened my eyes to how much of an art form tattooing truly is. So I knew that I wanted a tattoo, and at that point I had to discover like, you know, what, where, why? And the initial thing that I thought of is I really want 2 bunnies. But I was in a very advantageous position because I was with an artist that I trusted. I watched her do my brother's tattoo. I like her body of work a lot. Her asking me questions and me answering them got us there so quickly. Especially if you don't do art for a living, talking to someone who does, who you trust, who's really good at their craft, and like placing it on the body where they think it would look good, it really, really helped me. I had a lot of time to sit around and think about what I was gonna get for my tattoo because my brother's sleeve lasted 7 hours and he blasted music in his ears the entire time. So I was just sitting there and I was like, I think I want 2 bunnies. I want one to be awake and I want the other to be asleep. I want them to be cuddling. I want it to be very, very cute. Cute would be essential for me because even though I feel like tattoos are badass, I really want it to look like a very soft, feminine, touchable, just you know, just a little cute thing. And it almost felt unrealistic describing what I wanted to her, like, oh, I want it to be like so cute and so amazing and blah, 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 blah. And she came back at me 2 weeks later with a sketch. And the sketch was so good! I think it's so cool how an artist can show you something that you didn't even know you needed. Just seeing the sketch was like, so amazing, but despite that, I really felt like I needed to wait. And not just 1 month, not just 2 months, I ended up waiting 9 months before booking the tattoo appointment. I thought about it for a really long time because when I was in high school, I wanted like these nautical stars on my wrists because I was like a little emo. So if I had gotten those, I feel like I really would have regretted it. So I decided to sit and to wait and to make the bunnies the background on my phone for 9 months so I could look at it every day. So I needed to decide if I wanted black and gray or if I wanted color. I was looking at a lot of like the Korean fully watercolor tattoos and how soft and beautiful they were. And I asked my artist about it and she said that she's not entirely comfortable with doing pastels because the staying power on pastels on a fully pastel tattoo isn't very good. It looks a little smudgy and murky in a few years. And she's only comfortable with doing tattoos that will last forever and look really good forever. She showed me the colors that she would do and they were too sharp and strong for me. Thankfully though, my tattoo artist, Robin Lee, is like a canvas of different types of tattoos. She's got black and gray, she's got color, and actually one of the tattoos that made me want one in the first place was the owl on her arm. It is the softest, most beautiful, detailed owl I've ever seen. Initially, I thought it was teal, and then when she told me it was black and gray and a 9-year-old tattoo, I was like, I want this journey for me. I want my tattoo to look like this in 9 years. You don't have like any of your tattoos on your Instagram.
Of mine?
Yeah.
Once you get them, you don't think about it.
When I get mine, I'm gonna introduce myself with.
Oh, hey.
I don't know what it's like to have a thing on my arm, and I really wanted to know what that's like. So I went to the tattoo artist and I got her to put the stencil on me. I ended up hairspraying it so it didn't bleed, and I just wore it for a few days. You can see it like this, and then you can't see it like this. That's why it's cool. What do you think?
It's nice. Get that camera out of my face.
Are you mad because you ate too much Indian food?
I'm full!
Well, this is what matters. If they eat too much Indian food, they go like, nyeh. It was an interesting experience, but then I had to go to a birthday party the next day, so like I had to rub it off because I didn't want anyone to see my tattoo. So the second thing we did is we ordered temporary tattoo paper off of Amazon and printed it out onto this tattoo paper, and I wore just the line art on my body. It's so weird to be holding the tattoo that's gonna be on my body for the rest of my life, like in my hands. I get the tattoo at the end of this week, but I've never had a tattoo before. It's in such a prominent spot on my body that I just wanted to make a temporary tattoo to like wear it and see how it feels to have something here. Maybe it'll look like a smudge. Maybe it won't. I don't know. Let's do this. I'm like nervous because the artist said that like down here is gonna be okay, but like up here is gonna be quite painful. Here it is. I'm feeling confident about the adventure for Sunday, but now I'm just gonna like live my life and see how this feels. I have to emphasize that this is just line art, and I wanted my tattoo to be very shade heavy. So it wasn't like a perfect depiction of what my tattoo was gonna be, but it was really cool to have something on my arm and to just like feel what that feels like when I'm doing everyday stuff. It's just so nice to see it on my arm, and I feel like it's the perfect size. Like I feel like it's big enough to be like a tattoo, and it's small enough to also just be like super casual. Like if I'm just like standing, it's not really as visible, but it's definitely like there when I'm like this.
How you liking the tattoo?
Well, I really like it. It feels so like natural to have it on me, but like I went to a tailor to get my shirt tailored, and usually like when I go in, the ladies are like, oh, you look like model, like they're so cute like my Asian mom, but today they were like looking at my like thing on my arm and they were like, is that permanent? Is that permanent? What you doing there? Is it permanent? And I was like, no, it's not permanent, but it will be. And they were like, so that's how it's going. But I mean, I personally like it, and I guess the thing with the tattoo is that you have to kind of get used to the fact that other people might not like it. Like, I feel like even in uploading this video, like there's gonna be people that are like, oh my god, like you're ruining your body, like I hate it. But I mean, all that matters is that I like it, right? Because it's my body. And I think it's so cute. I highly recommend doing this if you're thinking about getting a tattoo in an area that you're not sure of and you just want to know what that feels like, and you want to like look at yourself from every angle, and you want to take your clothes off and be like, huh, there's a tattoo there. Just like having a little experiment with your line art, I feel would really help. I had a lot of trust and faith in Robin's shading. There was a lot of trust in this process. So I just wanted to know what the line art was going to be like. Okay. Really quickly, we're just gonna talk about the meaning behind the tattoo, because the meaning ended up being like the real driving force that got me to go through with this, and that means a lot. So as many of you know already, I lost my sister several years ago when she was 21, and my sister and I were inseparable from birth. She knows more about me than everybody else does, and like ever since I lost her, like I've always felt like super lost, because it's like losing somebody who knows and accepts you, like for everything, no matter what. And like everyone will kind of pass judgment on you, but like your sister never will. So that's been really hard for me. And in my sister's final years, she really wanted a tattoo. She was a painter, and she really always loved things that were aesthetically pleasing. And one of the things that made me so happy about the sketch is that when I first looked at the sketch, it reminded me of an Aeon from Final Fantasy X called Anima. And the way Anima works is he's got this top head that is like visible to the natural world, like people can see him, he's above ground. But there's another piece of this top Aeon that's below. I mean, this is gonna sound like really like video game weird, but when this Aeon uses its ultimate ability, the top Aeon summons the bottom Aeon for power. and the bottom Aeon just like beats the shit out of any problem or foe or enemy that's in its way. I really liked the composition of the tattoo because the top is me and it's visible, and when people look at me, they see the top bunny first. And the top bunny's lop-eared, which is cool because I had a lop-eared bunny growing up. But from my perspective, I always see the bottom bunny first, which looks like my sister's bunny when we were young. So for me, there's a big double entendre to this tattoo because we had bunnies growing up. It represents us, and it also represents our favorite Aeon, this video game that we played like for countless hours. We just like smeared coconut lip butter all over our lips, and we just like played this game and grinded, and we were so happy when we unlocked Anima. Like, it was one of our happiest days, and the first time we saw him do his ultimate ability, we were like, yeah! Like, it was just like, it was hype. So like the fact that this tattoo reminds me of my sister and Anima and me getting power in the natural world by kind of like summoning her energy and using that to inspire what I do. It means a lot to me. Okay, let's move.
Oh, hell yeah. Is that the shading?
Yeah.
Let's talk about pain, baby. Let's talk about ooh-ah-ee. I feel like I was very overconfident going into this because I was like, I'm a woman and women have high pain tolerance and like, I like pain.
It's just gonna hurt a touch. Just like 5,000 needles. Done it before. All right, I'm ready.
I gotta say, the first 3 minutes of the tattoo hurt really, really bad because there's nothing you can do to prepare your body for the amount of trauma it's about to endure. You can't tell your body like, yo, we're about to get a little bit hurt right now.
You let me know, you keep me posted.
Yeah, my hands are already sweaty.
A little sweaty is normal.
I need to watch my Overwatch, otherwise I'm not gonna make it, Terry.
Are you ready?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's get it.
Basically, your body is like, what is going on? Ow, ow, get it away, get it away. And then your body realizes that it's not going anywhere. And it's hurt, and it's a little traumatized.
How's it feeling?
Gotta say it hurts.
A little sharp?
Oh yeah. Little boo-boos all over the place.
And then your body releases endorphins. So the first 3 minutes were heckorino, and then the remaining part of the tattoo was okay.
The endorphins are in. They weren't there for the first 2 minutes, and now they're there, so.
You're like, oh god.
Yeah,
no,
it
thank
still
you.
hurts, but like I'm like not like before I was like, "Ah!"
You get that panicky feeling.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm being attacked, and now like it still hurts, but I'm like kind of used to it.
And like the first 5 minutes of like every tattoo I've ever gotten, I'm like, oh my god, why do I do this? Like,
I remember when I talked to you about it last time. I was like, are you gonna get another? You're like, I'm kind of over it, actually.
My endorphins started to get a little bit low, I'd say at the hour-and-a-half point, but then I had a Rice Krispie square and I was like pretty good again. Like, it was painful, but it was tolerable. It's still like a needle stabbing you hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. I would say that the line work was very painful, and everything else was okay until the point where she had to go back and add a lot of shading and detail because the whole area is already extremely raw. So it hurt really bad, but the idea of suffering for something that I really want, like, it feels like a battle wound. It feels like a scar. I mean, it kind of is, and I like how I earned it, and now whenever I look at other people with tattoos, I'm like, yeah, they suffered. It's not just something that's gonna be there forever, and it's not just something that's gonna hurt. It's both. I am so happy with the result. It is like, when I saw it at first with the shading, it was the most beautiful. Like, it was better than I ever thought it ever could have been. And huge shout out to Robin Lee at 7 Crowns Tattoo. Her shading is just so good. The eyes are so pretty. The little floofs on the ears, like, it's the most soft, adorable thing I've ever seen.
How could you make something so cute? Who gave you permission?
You?
The way you're seeing it right now is a very fresh tattoo. Like, we took a bunch of pictures right after, and I've only had the tattoo now for 2 days. So the ink is a lot harsher than it will be when it heals, because when a tattoo heals, 2 layers of skin like heal over it because it's in the 3rd layer of skin. So that's why like blacks never look natural black. They look a little bit more faded, and that's exactly the look that I want. I'm just so excited to live with this tattoo and to look at it and to just have it age with me. I'm so excited for how it's gonna look 10 years down the road. And also I low-key looked at my mom's forearms the other day and I was like, how do those babies age? And her forearms look amazing. So I feel like this is gonna look good for a really long time. And like, even when I'm 70, I mean, I'm not gonna care what I look like when I'm 70. I'm really happy that while I'm young, I got a tattoo. I got a tattoo that really means something to me, and it's as beautiful as I could have ever wanted it to be. I did pay for my tattoo. Robin is such a humble tattoo artist. I feel like she could charge way more than she does, and she's so sweet, and every time you compliment her, she's like, thanks. Like, she can't really take compliments. So go to her Instagram and give her compliments and make her get embarrassed. Every time I look down at my arm, I can't believe how beautiful it is. So that's my tattoo story and how I made sure I wanted it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's not like similar to what I normally do, but I was just so excited about this process, and I hope it was interesting to you. Maybe you learned something. Maybe if you're thinking about getting a tattoo, it'll push you in the direction to actually have a conversation with an artist that you're obsessed with, because that's the way to get the ball rolling, in my opinion. That is all I have to say, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye!